Let me fix the other side.
Zagat's.
Yes, it is. Okay. There you go.
Thank you for coming.
Glad to be here.
TK, you want to come over here?
Ladies and testing. Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will begin shortly. Please step forward to fill in the audience standing area while maintaining social distance, silence all electronic devices, and remove all badges.
It's hard to do, sir. I got parents, friends, maybe some aunts and uncles. I don't know. Maybe grandpa. I don't know.
If you want to, I was going to do
It's
both.
pretty late.
Okay, you can.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are pleased you could join us today as we will be promoting Captain Philip S. Walerko to the rank of Major. Ladies and gentlemen, the host of today's ceremony, Commanding General of the 19th Expeditionary Sustainment Command, Brigadier General Stephen L. Allen.
All right. Good afternoon. And to those streaming in live from the States, glad to have you with us today. Can you hear me back there? All right. So those back in States for tuning in, family and friends, it's good to have you here with us today. For everybody here, everybody over the last probably 22 months knows what Captain Walerko has done for the organization. Not just us, but also our 2OC partners. And it's good to see you all here. And this is a great day. We can do something special. We get to promote PJ to the rank of Major. And from there on, he's going to sail. Continue to sail, but making stuff happen. Definitely impacted a lot of us in this organization. He definitely has impacted me because his tenacity, his grit, and his professionalism are true marks of and deserving of this promotion to Major. What I would like to do is turn it over to Colonel Castro for a few comments as well.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So real quick, so it has been an absolute pleasure, PJ, having you in the G3. You've been working tremendously for the last year. It's only a formality now, I think, that you're going to be getting your majors bar or majors rank because you've been pushing as a major since you've been here in the command. So thank you very much. And to your parents, if they are listening, thank you so much for everything you've done. PJ is just an outstanding individual, an outstanding officer. And Melissa, thank you so much for your sacrifice in terms of supporting PJ. Thank you, sir.
Cool. Thanks, Ron. All right, so we got PJ coming in off of a graduate program, and I monitored those very closely. And the first time I met him, I said, we're going to put that degree to work. And I can tell you, over the last 22 months, he's done that and more. And this promotion, it's not about what you've done; it's about your potential and what you're going to do for the Army in this next phase of your career as you transition from a company grade to a field grade officer. And we, I think, for all of us here, we want to see you continue on, and may our paths cross somewhere down the road. All right. So with that, would anybody else like to say anything? Reference PJ.
Attention to orders. The President of the United States has reposed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, valor, fidelity, and professional excellence of Philip S. Walerko. In view of these qualities and his demonstrated leadership potential and dedicated service to the United States Army, he is therefore promoted from captain to major with the effective date of 1 June 2022. Signed, the Honorable Christine Wormuth, 25th Secretary of the United States Army.
Come on, Briggs. Yeah, get behind.
Come on, Mike.
General, I will now initiate, administer the oath of office.
Hold on. Easy. Okay. All right, let's give PJ and the family All right, and traditionally what we do is, part of this is to, as you pin on the next rank, you want to redo the oath, because it's going to set the tone for about the next 4, 5, 6 years or so as you progress through your career. So it's a tradition that we typically do to do that, but thank you for the family being able to pin this on. It's a huge, huge deal for the Walerko family. And so if you are ready, all right. All right, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name.
Philip Scott Walerko
Do
Jr.
solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
I bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
That I will take this obligation freely
that I will take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion,
And that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office
of the office
on which I am about to enter.
on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Okay. I'll take that, man. I am pretty. I'm pretty loud, but for the live audience, I think this would work out a little better. Wow! Thank you, everybody, for coming. This is an awesome showing, and it's just an honor to have everyone here. It truly is. I know I did not make this easy. I changed dates, I changed locations. I was very selfish, but as Major Batista said, it's one time in my career I get to be selfish. So.
I still don't hear you.
Oh, it's not my time to talk. Okay, all right.
Yeah, don't
You know
go-
I'll
go
talk
on.
whenever you give me the mic. Okay. Okay, I'll do. The award is for PCS, so I don't want to give two speeches, so I'll kind of sum it up right here, and then we'll do the award, I guess. Sorry, I messed that up. Anyways, so, you know, I look back 20 years ago when my dad was retiring from the Navy, and I remember I was 14 years old and I got goosebumps because I saw all these people there for him. Try not to cry. Just giving him honor and praise for what he did. And that has stuck with me ever since. And so I'll tell you about 10 months ago, August, most of you guys saw me really stressed, losing the rest of my hair. And then coupled with the withdrawal from Afghanistan and just a lot of things compiling, I think I was ready to hang this suit up. But God had a couple other plans for me. So I talked to a bunch of you guys in the stands and out on the virtual land and General Allen. I sat down with him and I just told him, I said, I don't know that this is what I want to do anymore. And like I said, I'm going to stop tearing up here in a second. Like I said, I think God said, no, this is it. I look across this formation right here, and there is about 80% of you guys I probably talked to and said, I don't know if this is what I'm going to keep doing. My passion is to start a business one day, and so maybe I'm going to go do that. But he opened up some doors. I don't know if Colonel Lape's out there. I'm sorry, Colonel Cole is out there. He opened up some doors and got me in contact with some people, and I was able to rebranch. So I'm going in the acquisition corps. And so it's an opportunity for me to learn something new. I'm excited about that. I love to learn. And so I've got at least 10 more years of learning before I hopefully go start my business one day. But anyways, I'd say that all to say, 10 months ago, I don't think I was going to be standing here. I thought I'd probably be dropping my packet. My family was on board. I went and sat down with General Allen, and he said, we all reach these gates in our career. He said, I reached a gate at about the same timeline as you, 10 years. And I thought, is this for me? And, it was. And then Colonel Castro, the same thing. Talked to a bunch of senior leaders. And they all gave me a perspective that realized I can still do this. And I still want to do this, So anyways, that's all because I wouldn't have gotten these 10 years if it wasn't for a bunch of people in this formation, but people across the Army. None of us get these ranks or these promotions by ourselves. My favorite time in the whole Army was my company command. And those soldiers that I had underneath me during that time were incredible. And if you don't do well in command, you don't get this rank. And so because of them, my NCOs, my first sergeants that were kept me straight and narrow, that's what got me here. So I just thank everyone here that's been part of that journey for me, my family. So now I guess I'll go into the actual emotional part. That wasn't even supposed to be the emotional part. But now I'll go into the real stuff, right? So first and foremost, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ got me here. He's given me countless opportunities, opened tons of doors, closed doors that should have been closed, put people in my path that need to be put in my path at the right time to get me here. And so I thank him every day. And then this is what Major Price made fun of someone for crying the other day. I'm trying not to cry, so I have a little bit of passion, and so it spills out in speeches like this. But I go back to my dad's retirement ceremony. You just realize the impact you can make in wearing a uniform like this on people's lives. So I hope to continue to do that, but more importantly, the impact people have made on my life up until this point. So first and foremost, my beautiful wife, Melissa. When I met her, I was mowing lawns because I wasn't going to Bolek yet. And I told her I was joining the Army, and she said, no, you're not. There's no way you're going in the Army, especially as an officer. And I was like, believe it or not, the Army found me fit. So, and I'll tell you, since that day, because I left a couple months after we met, since I went to Bolek that day, she supported me through and through. She would drive every weekend to come see me. She moved to Fort Hood with me before we even married. Moved out there, went through a deployment. We still hadn't been married. Just been along my side and supports me better than I could ever ask for. A true military wife that understands the sacrifices that you have to make as a family member, and she does it joyfully, and she raises our kids beautifully. And so I couldn't do this without you. Thank you. So on that note, I'm messing up the whole ceremony, but it's my day. So I have a little something. Come here, Melissa. So I know we're PCSing so in 3 days, so we'll send this back. But I don't buy her a lot of nice jewelry, but I will now, because now she has a Korean jewelry box to put it in. So you're always beautiful, and you'll look even more beautiful when we get you some jewelry in there. I love you, baby. Thank you. All right, I could keep going on about Melissa, but then you guys will see tears, so I'm gonna stop. All right, Hunter Briggs, come up here, bud. This is my little dude, born in Okinawa. He has lived in 3 countries and moved 4 times in 5 years of life. It does not get much more resilient than that, and so I'm just so proud of you and your resiliency and your zest for life. He is just an awesome kid. He's smart, he cares, and he keeps me on my toes. And so he loves all things ninja. So mom probably won't approve of this, but I figure some nunchucks for my little ninja. If you can just not hit your brother with those, I won't be in trouble. Yeah. We won't take those on the plane, but okay. I love you, buddy. Thank you. Here, dude. All right. Okay. I think the gifts were supposed to go after. All right, and then Nehemiah Massey, come here, bud. All right, you can come with Mom. A true mama's boy. So, my little 2-year-old that is just ferocious and fierce from the get-go. He came out fast, and he's been moving fast ever since. And so, Nehemiah, it's been awesome watching you. You have so much joy. I love you so much. I thank you for supporting Daddy. He every day just says, Army, Army. And he puts his little backpack on and he goes to Army with me. So I thank you, Nehemiah, and you are intense and you love tigers because you're a Clemson Tiger. So got you the 5 tigers. It means, I think the Koreans say it means like intensity or something cool like that. So thank you, Nehemiah. I love you, buddy. Love you, buddy. Okay. All right. And then next to my parents, you know, raised as a military brat, living all over the place. It wasn't always easy. My kids will go through the same thing, but it builds a lot of resiliency and just, you know, appreciation and zest for life. So I just thank my parents for instilling that in me. Always trusting me, always being my sounding board, and just putting a lot of faith. And I was not the easiest kid to raise. I was a little bit of a hell-bound dude. So they got me on the straight and narrow, and I just thank you, Mom and Dad, for that. The rest of my sisters, you know, both sisters started in ROTC. My one sister was in the Army for a while. My brother-in-law is. Thank you all for your support out there. I love you guys. Thank you for always taking care of your little brother, because Lord knows I need it. And then out to the rest of my family that's out on virtual land. I don't know who's all on there, but thank you all for continuing. Oh, it died?
It keeps disconnecting.
Oh, okay. Well, I did talk to you. I love my family, and then I got a bunch of friends I called in too, so that's pretty cool. It just shows that this community builds around each other, and even when you're dispersed, they continue to, you know, support you. So, and then to my leaders, I've had some really great leaders, and I think we all have. Otherwise, we wouldn't still be wearing this uniform. Colonel Castro, Colonel Pura, thank you guys for your continued support and trust in me. You really let me run pretty autonomously. I think that says a lot about your leadership styles, because if you don't and you're trying to micromanage, it makes it hard. But both of you allowed me to, my left and right limits, and allowed me to run with planning efforts on my own accord, so I appreciate that. To my leaders that may be out there, Colonel Cole, Colonel Lape, Colonel Dillinger, I'm probably forgetting a few more that Colonel Snyder, Colonel Pryor. Thank you all for just your support during my formative years over the last 10 years. You really have helped me to get to where I am. And then, of course, I believe that NCOs lead us too. My first sergeants, when I was a commander, were incredible. Sergeant Major Radeball and First Sergeant White, just awesome, steered me in the right direction. So no way I make it to this rank without that. And then, of course, many countless NCOs that I've worked with over the years, and to include in this formation. Thank you guys for all your support. And my fellow officers, all my majors, my Iron Majors that now I can call you Kuhn and Chuck, even though I've been doing that, and Joe and Bjorn for like one more week. Thank you all for kind of showing me the direction of and Sean Paul, I see you back there, for showing me the direction of what it is to be a major. I know it can be tough, but you guys are just as tough, and it's awesome. And if the Army thinks I could get here, then it must not be that hard. So, no, I'm just kidding. And then my fellow captains and officers, and just all my battle buddies that I've had throughout the time. This is really an honor to serve with you guys. I mean that. I got choked up because I do look back at people that retire from this uniform and the sacrifice that they have to make on a daily basis. It's really not just when you deploy it. It's all the time, right? Like, whenever duty calls, we really have to do it. We have to be there, and we have to sacrifice time with our families. So thank you all for that. My 2OC brethren, Major So was able to make it. That's really special, sir, and your family. I really appreciate. Oh, not sir anymore. I really appreciate you coming out. I've had an amazing relationship with the Rock counterparts. It's made my time here incredible. I wasn't hiding out during CCPTs. After one, they actually asked me to come back, so I wasn't hiding out. I was working over there a little bit, but I learned a lot from you guys. The way that you run your Army is very different, but it taught me a lot, so I appreciate that, sir. And then all my Korean nationals that showed up, this is incredible. You know, when you have a family across the world, it's really cool to have people that support you. Rowan dipping his head in the drink right there. Like, we got great neighbors. Master Kim, my son's Taekwondo coach. Summer, who made all the food, so make sure you give this beautiful lady right here props on the food. Miss Pak, thank you guys all for coming and supporting us. It shows the camaraderie here between the Koreans and the Americans, and for you guys to come out on a holiday and take your time off, I appreciate it. And my KNs, of course, my dream team, Mr. Chong, Mr. Pak, I don't see Mr. O, but really kept me straight, served me all the good food that Korea had to offer, and I just appreciate y'all, the bond that we've built over the last almost 2 years. And then finally, I don't know if it's finally, but the 3-5 team, I got to give them a whole poem during my 3-5 farewell, so I'm not going to give them a whole lot here. But I just thank you, ma'am, and Mr. Che for your leadership. It's been a fun shop to work on. You know, General Allen became a staff officer during Warfighter and came into our office and started whiteboarding with us one day, like me and like 2 other majors or something. That was kind of crazy to have a general doing that with you. But he looked at me and he said, "PJ, you know what you are?" "Oh, I don't know, sir. Not very good." And he said, "You guys are the grind line." And he told me a whole story about not the Stars, was it the Stars? Detroit Red Wings hockey team in the grind line. And I mean that. The G35 is the grind line for this organization because they just never stop going. They just keep on to the next thing. So thank you guys for your service and for keeping me straight and narrow in the 3-5 team. If anyone feels left out, raise your hand. Okay, good. All right. No, I really do appreciate everyone. I know that was long-winded, and we're all hungry and hot. But you can't do this without everyone. So I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the support and thankfulness I've had, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So thank you all. Love you guys, and we'll be traveling across America for 30 days in a not brand new to us RV. So say your prayers for us that we don't go crazy or wreck. So anyways, cheers to everybody. Thank you for supporting me, and I guess we got a little bit more of the ceremony. We'll end it. In the courts, I would be remiss.
Okay. Attention to orders. The Meritorious Service Medal is presented to Major Philip S. Walerko for outstanding meritorious service while assigned to the 19th Expeditionary Sustainment Command. His outstanding performance is in keeping with the highest traditions of military service and reflects great credit upon himself, the 19th Expeditionary Sustainment Command, and the United States Army. Presented on this day, 1 June 2022. Signed, Stephen L. Allen, Brigadier General, United States Army Commanding.
Good luck at you. All right, sir. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Thank you. Blood brothers, sir.
That is not true. That is not true.
Oh, promotion?
It's, oh yeah, it is, big time.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Please take time to congratulate newly promoted Major Walerko. Refreshments are available in the shade area to my left. Thank you for attending today's ceremony.
Thank you all.